are the limits, and at what limit are the alerts set to go off at?
Oh, you put me on the spot trying to recite it right now. I'm trying to see the table that's in my office right now. I believe it's 1 part per million for the workers. Okay, so this is where they would be triggered for a stop work so that the gentleman in the excavator would stop. And it is 2.5 parts per million on the fence line. I believe those are the numbers.
2.5 parts per million what?
Oh yeah, what is
This
it?
is, parts per million. Sorry, that's micrograms per meter cubed. The actual, yeah, sorry.
Micrograms per meter cubed of
air.
So 1 part of air per million parts of air, or 1 part of what per million parts
So
of?
for every cubic meter of air that's pulled across that filter, the action limit would be 2.5 micrograms. Okay. So
Micrograms of what?
Of whatever constituent. So okay. So sorry, I'm not being clear. So this instrument only tells you particles that are in the air. Okay. So this just gives you a reading that just says, hey, there's dust in the air.
Oh,
okay.
Anything
so
that's not air.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Right. So this is just telling you that there's particles in the air. When you translate that, I'm sorry, I jumped to the second step already. When you translate that to the actual filter, those are the numbers that I just recited to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the alert will go off if there's anything more than 1 part per million of non-air in the air.
So again, so this is your real-time monitoring. So this is going to tell you if there's something in the air that it's detecting over a sustained interval, right? So this is going to tell you that, so for the last 7 seconds, for instance, you had, and you can print this out, you had a certain amount of dust in the air. This is your real-time monitor that somebody needs to look at. The actual analytical that you send to a laboratory are the numbers that I read here. That turnaround time is, I think, 7 to 10 days, something like that. 7 to 10 days.
So you would shut it down and wait the 7 to 10 days to find out what was in it, or?
No, the way that would work, and again, we've never had this happen, and I've worked for the Navy for 7 years. I've never seen an incident where this has ever happened. So again, the 2 lines of defense are really somewhat of an unanticipated event. No, the shop was shut down when we actually have dust reading from this instrument. Okay, so if we have this starts to alarm, we would go check that, and we would modify our work practices. So what we would do is we would apply more water. We would brush off the excavator tracks. We might make adjustments in our work practices to make sure that there's not any activity that's generating dust. That would be the action that would be taken with that. Now, once that event occurred, when that event occurred, you would then go to the air monitor that's behind it, pull that sample, record the day, wait for 7 to 10 days, so that you would know what exposure would potentially could have been had by a worker or a resident.
Over the last 7 to 10 days.
Correct. Okay. But again, you're making your modifications on your work practices based on the real-time data. So you've already corrected the situation.
Okay.